Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Cham and Livibee on Frozen Temple. In the top left side of the map we have the red Zerg player, it is Cham, playing for Root Gaming. And in the bottom right side of the map we have the blue Terran player, it is Livibee from Nightshade Eradicators, playing Terran in this game. The previous game I cast of hers, she was playing Protoss. Is she GM as Terran and Protoss? Wait. This game was played before they split the MMR into the different races. Which means maybe she got to GM by playing Protoss and she's playing Terran now? I don't know. We'll see how well this match goes. Because Cham is a member of Root Gaming and he plays in professional tournaments. I'm not sure if Livibee does. Liquipedia doesn't really have any results of hers recently. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, so what looks all the world like a Reaper expand coming out here for a Livibee. Hatch first into that extractor into a pool is from Cham. Cham saving up those 200 minerals to get there, and kablooey. Wonderfully placed by Cham. I mean, okay, it wasn't amazingly placed just because where else are you supposed to put it? I'm not sure that any one location is better than any other, but I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if there's a better place to put that spawning pool against the Terran player, because beats me. I know it does make sense in ZVZ to put it in some specific locations, but not in ZVT, I don't think. So this Reaper's name is Roblo. What up, Roblo? And you know what? With that, go ahead and send me your Reaper names. It's time. It is time to get a new generation of Reaper names out there. If you didn't hear me say the Reaper name that you suggested on the first go-round, I apologize. I thought I did get every single one of them from those comments. But if I missed a couple, or maybe you didn't watch the cast where it was used, because I've seen that before. People say, Falcon, you haven't used my Reaper name. And I go back and I'm like, yep, I totally did. You didn't watch that cast. What is wrong with you not watching all of Falcon Paladin's casts every single time you post them? There's only 2 a day. I'm not asking for much. Just 2 every single day of the week. Okay, that's actually quite a bit. That is something of a bit. But for the people who are truly dedicated, who are truly wanting to see their Reaper name used, that should not be too much to ask. Anyway, Roblo's moving on out. He's very pretty. He's hidden his face under this mask, unfortunately, so nobody knows that it's him. I believe if he took off his mask, the Zerg player might actually decide he's too handsome to kill. These Zerglings, even though they're aliens, even though they don't necessarily have the same human sensibilities that we do to recognize that Roblo is a very beautiful man. Nevertheless, the power of Roblo is strong enough to where I think he could convince those Zerglings to not kill him and allow him to murder their drones in peace. But you know what? Roblo is a professional. He's not going to use his looks to get ahead. Instead, he's going to try to kill people the old-fashioned way and try to kill Zerg the old-fashioned way by not removing his mask, and you have to respect that. Out of Roblo, he's just a true pro's pro. That's all I have to say about him. Patrolling back and forth at the top of this ramp after killing a single ling with all that harassment. Nothing much going on there from him. And we have Nuitized Carapace coming out for Cham. Speed just about to finish for his lings. A couple of Hellions on the way for Livibee. And a Starport coming out for Livibee as well. So Livibee, again, trying to sneak around this backside. KD8 shard, good. A drone kill Roblo. No, Queens. Too many Queens. And the lings almost catching Roblo on the corner of that base. Oh, that would have been so sad to see Roblo die like that. Combat drugs, healing him up. Roblo does not use actual drugs. He just uses combat drugs to recover from being kicked in the face by Zerglings. So let that be a lesson to you. Just because Roblo is using drugs, don't start using drugs, children. It's not okay. Drugs are bad. Lings up here, Speedlings catching a Marine out in the middle of nowhere of Livibee. I'm not sure what that was all about. Lings speeding their way towards the base, and they stop. Then they stop and trying to get inside that natural, but there are definitely some Hellions. 4 Hellions just waiting for those Lings to come in, and they all roast them alive. Overlord, Speed Overlord coming into the main base, does see the Starport with a Viking coming out. Hey, Cham's getting a Viking. I have heard some people in the comments complaining about no Vikings from Terran. Reaper gets 1 kill, taken down. Oh, Roblo, taken down by a Queen. I mean, there's not much dishonor in that. Queens hit hard. It's hard for Reapers to kill them. It makes a lot of sense. Overlord getting chased away by the Viking. Speaking of things getting chased away and murdered all over the place. Bam, Viking now on an Overlord hunting mission. Is Cham going to retreat? His Overlords, he's got 4 of them out in good spaces across the map, but I'm not sure he's going to remove them. Unfortunately, they might just straight up die depending on this Viking's path. Cham is getting a 3rd base just about to pop. Lings up here on the top right side. This is a weird place to put Lings. I'm not sure why you'd put them there. He's not checking the 3rd base for Livibee. He's not checking the 4th. He's like way up into what would be a 6th base maybe if Livibee decided to go there. Queens trying to save this Overlord. Can they get there? One more shot. No! Overlord dies. Viking has 2 kills to his name. Yeah, he's a cool mask too. He could be like Ben Stiller. I don't know what other actors could be flying Vikings. Harrison Ford has a pilot's license. At least he flies helicopters. Remember that story? That one time Harrison Ford like rescued this guy who was out hiking in Wyoming, and the guy got stranded or lost or something, and Harrison Ford was out looking for him as part of the search effort and totally found him and saved his life. Yep, that was a pretty cool story. I guess, I mean, that's the thing. If you're Harrison Ford, you're super rich, and you might as well just do whatever you want to do. If you want to pilot helicopters and own like 4 of them, go ahead and do it. You have the option. You basically have unlimited money, especially with all the Star Wars money he has, and the Star Wars Force Awakens money especially. It's just, I would not be surprised if he had negotiated a percentage of the cut of Force Awakens, which would just, it's just hundreds of dollars is what it is. Anyway, back to the game. Cham is working on a Baneling nest, a lair, getting +1/+1 for his lings, which means he's probably going for ultras at some point. Hellion drop back here in the natural base, trying to roast some things up. Livibee does not allow any of them to die. Gets a few drone kills, specifically 4. That is very good, and the medevac does manage to survive the day. +1/+1 again, just about to finish here for Cham. Baneling nest on the way to Armory, coming up for Livibee. Combat shield and +1 weapons. All these things Livibee is working on. Army supply is 21 to 55. Whoa, however, Cham has a 58 to 44 lead in worker count. So Livibee's up on Army, Cham's up on worker, which means Livibee needs to make a hit now. Needs to push right now while her army is huge. Because if Cham is allowed to keep that worker count lead for the next couple of minutes, this mid game is going to be brutal for Livibee. So what do we got here? We're moving out with the Marines. Going to wait for that +1 and a combat shield to finish here. Couple medevacs in the air. Hellbat transformation. We did see there's an armory. So Hellbat Marine medevac push out of Livibee. How's this going to go? I don't know. There are some Banelings here, some Lings. What does he have? He's got 21 Lings, 3 Banelings, and a bunch of Queens. Here it is. And yeah, Banelings trying to crash on in, getting some good hits on these Hellbats, but not killing many of them. Some of them are very low on health, but they're not quite dead yet, and you do full attack. Even if you are injured there, can't kind of decide where to go. Livibee wins that battle handily. Kind of splitting up her units here. Scan and killing creep tumors would be nice, although I'm not too sure she knows about those. Going for this third base, trying to burn it down, getting that third base. I always forget about Hellbat DPS. It's higher than I thought. 3 Queens trying to kite away these Hellbats that are very low on HP. And Livibee just splitting up her units in a way I don't think I've really seen before. I guess worried about Banelings is what this would be. Marines and Lings trying to take down that Queen. But the Lings clean out the Marines while they're busy focusing on the Queen. Nice tanking, Queen. That is fantastic tanking. And macro hatch for Cham goes down here at the third base as well. Broodlings do manage to kill a Hellbat before they expire, which is wonderful news for them. And Livibee has a bunch of units just doing not much of anything right now. I don't know why. Livibee, where's your attention? I guess there are some Lings over here at this third base that Livibee's trying to land. They're trying to knock down this orbital command center, but I don't know if it's necessarily where all of her attention should be right now. Livibee, go. Go. Oh, okay, I was going to say, changing back into Hellions. No, Hellbats are better here. Hellbats are better here, and the Lings finally get chased away out of Livibee's natural base by Marines and Hellions that she's continually producing. Fourth base trying to come up here for Cham. Not going to happen. Marines with that +1 attack and that stim. Doing well against it. Here we go. Banelings crashing everything. Lings on top of everything too. Cham. Oh, Cham might actually get out of this alive. Oh, but Livibee does pick up a bunch of Marines, boosting them the heck on out of there. It is currently 59 to 44 Harvesters. Cham still has that lead. That's important. Replanting the fourth base that exploded under contact while it was building here. And here comes Cham with a bunch of Lings trying to make a major counterattack. But no, Marines, Hellions are here. Both these things very good against Lings in moderation, or at least in larger numbers. Cham has some Banelings. He's going to try to sneak around this backside here. If he can get it, I don't know. Hellbats, Livibee, army supply, 78 to 18. 80 to 18 now. Banelings morphing in for Cham. Can he get there in time? I don't know. The Hellbats are trying to absorb those shots, forcing some Banelings to cancel. Some long-distance mining from drones trying to happen. Great split there by Livibee. Banelings only hitting a couple of those Marines and not huge groups of them. Coming from the bottom side. No, Cham can't quite commit here. Can't quite do it, and Hellbats taking out a spore. 33 workers at the natural base, and there are Marines and Hellbats in this mineral line. That's a lot of dead workers here. Banelings trying to come from the backside, but great target firing by Livibee, taking those Banelings out. First of all, both evolution chambers are dead. All these workers are stuck in a corner right now with Hellbats right on top of them. That is their worst experience ever. Worst nightmare. Thankfully, some banelings come in and do manage to save a bunch of those drones. So Livy's going to go ahead and move on out. Another attack up here by Livibee at this planted 4th base. Lings come in to clear this one up. Hellbat being healed, but not enough to deal with +1/+1 on these Lings. +2/+2 now for Cham. All right, what do we got? Livibee continuing to push off of these basically 3 bases. Some good baneling hits coming on in. Got on top of these Hellions as well. Hellions not transforming into Hellbats yet, and that's it. A GG from Cham. Well, a G. But Cham is defeated, and Livibee is victorious. Well done indeed by Livibee. Interesting composition. I liked it. The Hellbat the Marine medevac type thing with some Liberators mixed in as well. I think that might have been what caused Cham to tap out, was he had no answer for Liberators at all. Zero answer. No mutas, no Ravagers, no nothing. This Liberator was going to wreck face, and he knew it. So Livibee taking down the 3rd beast was a huge stinking deal, forcing a cancel on that 4th as well, defending pretty well back home. It all just came down to, like I said, she needed to make a huge hit now or she was in trouble from about 12 to 15 minutes. And she did. She managed to get there. She managed to kill a ton of stuff. She killed 32 workers of Cham's. Mind you, Cham still had 36 left. So he wasn't dead, but Livibee had, what, 51 to her name. So in the end, Cham recognized a snowball when he saw it and decided it was time to tap out. So well done by Livibee getting the win and representing Terrans everywhere. All right, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. Patrons! Nicholas Cheek, Sean Govin, Nick Riley, Josh Cornelius, Jin, Robert Farmer, KN, Matt Meermans, Hakon Marcus, Christopher, Alex Coffey, Ben Raboyne, 19 Day, Kith Carlo, Alexander Canaras, Complex, Ian Westbrook, Michael McIntosh, Sam Estagoy, Bob Brissett, Kale Anderson, Trevor Smith, Medhadin, GMP, Sik Kupata, Pedro Batsaris, Michael Wellen, Plaid, Henry Cooper, Clayton Knight, Jan Kodera, Kevin Chang, Rajiv Bhatt, link at the top right. Thank you. Bye.